Hello my dear students, welcome back to another video lesson. My dear children, how do you spend your leisure time now? Are you bored? You have been spending your all time in your own home for 4 months, haven't you? കഴിഞ്ഞ കുറേ ഒരു 3-4 മാസമായിട്ട് നിങ്ങൾ നിങ്ങളുടെ വീട്ടിൽ തന്നെ ഇരിക്കുകയാണ് അല്ലേ? ആകെ ബോറടിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടോ? If the school had opened, you would have spent your time with your friends. And the first unit of our English course book would have been completed. Or you would have met me. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എന്നെ കാണാനൊക്കെ പറ്റുമായിരുന്നു അല്ലേ? എങ്ങനെയായിരുന്നെങ്കിൽ സ്കൂള് തുറന്നിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നെങ്കിൽ നമുക്ക് തമ്മിൽ കാണാനൊക്കെ പറ്റുമായിരുന്നു. എന്ത് ചെയ്യാനല്ലേ? So anyway, in this lesson we are going to start a story named The Magic Mirror. The Magic Mirror is a story of two siblings, Ammu and Arun. And in this story, Ammu and Arun entered into a mirror or traveled through a mirror and reached another world, and where they saw Pegasus and a beautiful forest. After some kind of exploration, they returned back their home and said everything to their mother. But the mother not believed. അമ്മ അവരെ എന്ത് ചെയ്തില്ല? വിശ്വസിച്ചില്ല. അപ്പൊ ഇവിടെ നമ്മള് അമ്മുവിന്റെയും അരുണിന്റെയും ആ ഒരു ട്രാവൽ യാത്രയെ കുറിച്ചിട്ടാണ് എന്ത് ചെയ്യുന്നത്? പഠിക്കാൻ പോകുന്നത്. Let's start. On the screen, you can see an audio of the story, The Magic Mirror. Please listen the story very carefully and make sure you're understanding. So, while you hearing this story, you have to note the unfamiliar words in your notebook. Okay? Shall we start? Okay, let's start.
The Magic Mirror. On a rainy afternoon, having nothing to do, Ammu and her brother Arun were bored. So they sat looking out at the rain. To pass time, they decided to explore the attic of their home. The attic was dark and dusty. They came across a mirror which was surprisingly clean and shiny. While they looked at their reflection in it, the old grandfather clock in the attic struck 5. "That's weird," Arun said. "I thought the clock was junk." They felt the mirror was calling them. Arun stretched his hand towards the mirror. His hand went right through the mirror as if it were water. He withdrew his hand hastily. They looked at each other in amazement. "Shall we step into the mirror?" Arun asked. Ammu nodded. 1, 2, 3, they stepped into the mirror. Suddenly, they found themselves in a forest. It was quite dark. The leaves of the trees overhead blocked the sunlight. "It's just like in books where something magical happens," said Arun. "It's so exciting." They found their way out of the forest into fields of blue and red flowers. Butterflies were flitting from flower to flower. The fields were lit by the evening sun. Standing in the field was a white horse with silver wings. "Wow, it's Pegasus, the winged horse," exclaimed Ammu. They walked towards it and Pegasus raised its head. "Who are you?" asked Pegasus. Arun answered shyly, "I am Arun and this is Ammu." Pegasus looked at them curiously. "Where did you come from?" Pegasus asked. "We came through a magic mirror," said Ammu. "Well, that would have been exciting," said Pegasus. "It will soon be dark. I had better go home," said Pegasus. "Can we come too?" asked the children. "Of course. Climb onto my back," Pegasus said. They scrambled onto Pegasus' back. They soared through the air and finally landed on soft, warm grass under a big tree. They then flew through a forest, a field, and over a hill to a cottage. A man in a blue robe opened the door and asked them to follow him in. They followed him into a room where they saw a mirror. It looked exactly like the mirror in their attic. "Step into the mirror and you will be home," said Pegasus. The children thanked Pegasus. They stepped into the mirror and found themselves back in the attic. It was still raining. Arun looked at Ammu and said, "That was the most exciting adventure we have ever had." "Yes, really," Ammu said. They heard their mother calling them. They got down from the attic and walked into the kitchen just in time for dinner. They told their mother about their adventure, but she did not believe it. When they went to bed, they dreamed of going through the mirror and having more exciting adventures.
I hope you have listened to the story very carefully. Do you understand the story? കഥ മനസ്സിലായോ? മനസ്സിലായിട്ടുണ്ടോ? Okay. To make sure understanding, I am going to ask you some questions to check whether you have understood or not. മനസ്സിലായോ ഇല്ലേന്ന് അറിയാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് ഞാൻ കുറച്ച് ചോദ്യങ്ങൾ എന്ത് ചെയ്യാം? ചോദിക്കാം. And after hearing the question, please pause the video and try to answer. Then make sure your understanding is correct. Okay? My first question is, why did Ammu and Arun sit looking out at the rain? Yes, your answer is correct. Because it was a rainy afternoon and they have nothing to do. So that they were bored and sat looking out at the rain. ഉച്ചയ്ക്ക് ശേഷം നല്ല മഴയും കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ ആയതുകൊണ്ട് അവർക്ക് ഒന്നും തന്നെ എന്ത് ചെയ്യാനുണ്ടായിരുന്നില്ല. അവരാകെ ബോറടിച്ചിരിക്കുകയായിരുന്നു. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് അവർ മഴയും നോക്കി എന്ത് ചെയ്തത്, ഇരുന്നത് എന്നാണ് പറഞ്ഞത് അല്ലേ? ഓക്കെ, മൈ നെക്സ്റ്റ് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ഈസ്, ഹൗ വാസ് ദി ആറ്റിക് ലുക്ക് ലൈക്ക്? How was the attic look like? Okay, try to answer the question. Yes, the answer is the attic was dark and dusty. The attic was dark and dusty. My third question is, Ammu and Arun stepped into the mirror. Where did they reach then? Ammu and Arun stepped into the mirror. Where did they reach then? ഒരാ കണ്ണാടിയിലേക്ക് കേറിയിട്ട് എവിടെയാ എത്തിയത്? Yes, your answer is right. In the forest. Okay, my fourth question. What did they find in the field? What did they find in the field? What did they find? Yes, you are right. The answer is blue and red flowers. Blue and red flowers. Okay. My next question is, my fifth question is, what was the speciality of the horse that's standing in the field? What is its name? What was the speciality of the horse that's standing in the field, and what is its name? What is the answer? What is the answer? Yes, the horse was white and it has silver wings. The name of the horse was Pegasus. Have you ever heard the name Pegasus to a horse? Have you ever heard the horse named Pegasus? No? Yes, Pegasus. You can see a picture of Pegasus here. A picture of the horse Pegasus. How beautiful it is, right? Pegasus is a mythical winged divine horse and one of the most recognized creatures in Greek mythology. നല്ല സിൽവർ നിറത്തിലൊക്കെയുള്ള ചിറകുകളൊക്കെയുള്ള, നിങ്ങൾ ഈ പിക്ചറിൽ കാണുന്നത് പോലെ നല്ല സിൽവർ കളറിൽ ചിറകുകളൊക്കെയുള്ള നല്ല ഭംഗിയുള്ള ഗ്രീക്ക് മിത്തോളജിയിൽ വരുന്ന ഒരു ഹോഴ്സാണ് ഏത്? പെഗാസസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ, മൈ സിക്സ്ത് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ, who showed Arun and Ammu the mirror that like in their attic? Who showed Ammu and Arun the mirror just like in their attic? അവരുടെ ആറ്റിക്കിൽ ഉള്ളതുപോലെയുള്ള മിറർ ആരാണ് അമ്മുവിനും അരുണിനും കാണിച്ചു കൊടുത്തത്? യെസ്, യുവർ ആൻസർ ഈസ് റൈറ്റ്. വെരി ഗുഡ്. എ മാൻ ഇൻ എ ബ്ലൂ റോബ്. എ മാൻ ഇൻ എ blue robe showed Ammu and Arun the mirror as same as in their attic. Okay, my last question. When Ammu and Arun reached back at their home, they described everything to mother. Did she believe them? Did she believe Ammu and Arun's story? No. The mother never believed it. The mother didn't believe it, right? No, the mother didn't believe them. അവരെ ആരും വിശ്വസിച്ചില്ല. അമ്മയ്ക്ക് അത്ര വലിയ വിശ്വാസം ഒന്നുമില്ല, ഇവര് തള്ളു ആണെന്നാണ് ആർക്ക് തോന്നിയത്? മദറിന് തോന്നിയത്. This is what the story, the magic mirror. Okay, my dear students, I am going to read the paragraphs again to make your understanding strong. And I would like to make your understanding a concrete one. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഒന്നുകൂടി നല്ല രീതിയിൽ ഇത് മനസ്സിലാവാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് I am going to read the paragraph again and I would like to explain it. Okay, let's start. On a rainy afternoon, having nothing to do, Ammu and her brother Arun were bored. So they sat looking out at the rain. To pass time, they decided to explore the attic of their home. Our attic was dark and dusty. They came across a mirror which was surprisingly clean and shiny. Do you know what is attic is? The attic is a space inside the roof of a building or a house. That is called the attic. നമ്മൾ തട്ടുമ്പുറം എന്നൊക്കെ പറയും മലയാളത്തിൽ. അതാണെന്ത്? attic എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. So, in a rainy afternoon, Ammu and Arun, they were siblings. They have nothing to do. That's why they become very bored. Ammu and Arun are bored. So, they decided to explore the attic to find something interesting. എന്തെങ്കിലുമൊക്കെ കാണാൻ പറ്റുമെന്ന് അറിയാൻ വേണ്ടിട്ട് അവർ എങ്ങോട്ട് പോവാണ്? തട്ടുംപുറത്തേക്ക് പോവാണ്, അല്ലെ? എന്നിട്ട് എന്ത് സംഭവിച്ചു? The attic was very dark and dusty. How was the attic? The attic was very dark and dusty. ആകെ പൊടി പിടിച്ച് കിടക്കുന്ന ഇരുണ്ട ഒരു റൂമാണ്, റൂം പോലുള്ള ഒരു ഏരിയ ആണ് ഇതെന്ന് പറയുന്നത്, ആ ഒരു ആറ്റിക് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. And they came across a mirror which was surprisingly clean and shiny. But in that dusty, dark attic, they came across. What do you mean by come across? Meet or find by chance something or a person, just like that. അദൃശ്യമായിട്ട് കാണുക. So there they came across a mirror. How and what was the surprising thing? The mirror was very clean and shiny. ആ പൊടി കിടച്ച് കിടക്കുന്ന ആറ്റിക്കായിട്ട് പോലും ഈ മിറർ എന്തായിരുന്നു? നല്ല ക്ലീൻ ആയിരുന്നു, നല്ല ഷൈനി. ഷൈനി മീൻസ് ബ്രൈറ്റനിങ്, നല്ല തിളക്കം ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. While they looked at their reflection in it, the old grandfather clock in the attic struck 5. Suddenly the clock in that attic, an old grandfather clock means very old clock, struck 5. It's 5 o'clock. The clock announced that, claimed that it's 5 o'clock. That's weird, Arun said. I thought the clock was young. That time Arun surprised. He says that was weird. I thought the clock was young. Young means useless. Because Arun thought that the clock was useless. It's not fixed yet. കേട് വന്നതാണെന്ന് ആര് വിചാരിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു? അരുണ് വിചാരിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ആ ക്ലോക്ക് എന്ത് ചെയ്തു? Suddenly struck 5. 5 മണി അതിൽ കാണിച്ചു. They felt the mirror was calling them. Arun stretched his hand towards the mirror. his hand went right through the mirror as if it were water. He withdrew his hand hastily. What do you mean by hastily? Hastily, suddenly. They looked at each other in amazement. Shall we step into the mirror? Shall we step into the mirror? Arun asked. Ammu nodded. Yes, we stepped into the mirror. We can step into the mirror. Ammu nodded. 1, 2, 3. They stepped into the mirror. What do you mean by stepped into the mirror? You can see in the picture. Stepped into the mirror. They entered into the mirror. So, when they saw the mirror, Arun stretched his hand towards the mirror. Stretched his hand towards the mirror. മിററിന്റെ അകത്തേക്ക് കൈയിട്ട് നോക്കി. ആ സമയത്തോ his hand went right through the mirror. His hand went right through the mirror. ആ കണ്ണാടിയുടെ ഉള്ളിലേക്ക് അവന്റെ കൈ എന്ത് ചെയ്യുന്നു? പോകുന്നതായിട്ടാണ് അവൻ കണ്ടത്. As if it were water. If we take a pot of water, we can easily put our hand into it. ഒരു പാത്രം വെള്ളം എടുത്താൽ നമ്മുടെ കൈ എന്തിലേക്ക് പോവും? ആ വെള്ളത്തിലൂടെ നമുക്ക് താഴേക്ക് ഇറക്കാൻ പറ്റും. നമ്മളെ കൈയൊക്കെ ആകാനായി അല്ലേ? അതുപോലെ ഈ മിററിന്റെ അകത്തേക്ക് ആരുടെ കൈ പോയി? അരുണിന്റെ കൈ പോകുന്ന ഒരു കാഴ്ച. He withdrew his hand hastily. He surprised. What is happening? He withdrew his hand very quickly and they looked at each other in amazement. Ammu and Arun looked in amazement. What is happening? Just like that. Shall we step into the mirror? So after that, after his hand went right through the mirror, Arun asked Ammu if they should step into the mirror. Arun ചോദിക്കുകയാണ്, നമുക്ക് ഇതിന്റെ ഉള്ളിലൂടെ അങ്ങോട്ട് പോയാലോ എന്ന് ചോദിച്ചു. Arun asked. Ammu nodded. Yes. 1, 2, 3. They stepped into the mirror. They start to count. 1, 2, 3. They stepped into the mirror. Suddenly, they found themselves in a forest and it was quite dark. The leaves of the trees overhead blocked the sunlight. It's just like in books where something magical happens, said Arun. It's so exciting. So we already said that Arun and Ammu stepped into the mirror and then they where did they reach? They reached in a forest and it was quite dark. Why the forest become dark? Because the leaves of the trees overhead blocked the sunlight. All the leaves of the trees blocked the sunlight come into the ground. That's why the forest become ഡാർക്ക്. ആ ഇലകളൊക്കെ മൂടി നിൽക്കുന്നത് കൊണ്ട് സൺലൈറ്റ് എങ്ങോട്ട് എത്തുന്നില്ല, ഗ്രൗണ്ടിലേക്ക് എത്തുന്നില്ല. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് അത് എന്തായി പോയത്? ആകെ ഇരുണ്ടതായി പോയത്. They found their way out of the forest into fields of blue and red flowers. Butterflies were flitting from flower to flower. The fields were lit by the evening sun. Standing in the field was a white horse with silver wings. Wow, it's Pegasus, the winged horse, exclaimed Ammu. So, from the forest they walked outside into a field. There they can see red and blue flowers and they saw the Pegasus, the winged horse. ചിറകുള്ള കുതിര ആയിട്ടുള്ള ആര്, എന്താ അതിന്റെ പേര്? പെഗാസസിനെ അവരവിടെ കണ്ടു. They walked towards it and Pegasus raised its head. When Ammu and Arun noticed the Pegasus in that field, they went towards it and the Pegasus raised its head. Raised its head. ആരാണ് അടുത്തേക്ക് വരുന്നതെന്ന് അറിയാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് പെഗാസസ് തലയുയർത്തി. Who are you? Asked Pegasus. Pegasus asked who they were. നിങ്ങൾ ആരാണ്? Who are you? Arun answered shyly. I am Arun and this is Ammu. I am Arun and this is my sister Ammu. Well, Pegasus looked at them curiously. Curiously. How did they come? Just like that. Where did you come from? Pegasus asked. Again Pegasus asked where they had come from. Where they had come from. We came through a magic mirror, said Ammu. And Ammu replied that they had come through the magic mirror. Which magic mirror? The magic mirror they came across in the attic. Well, that would have been exciting, said Pegasus. After hearing the reply from the Arun and Ammu, the Pegasus become very excited. And it will soon be dark. I had better go home. Said Pegasus. It will soon be dark. Pegasus said that it would be getting dark and I had better go home. ഇരുട്ടാവുന്നുണ്ട്, എനിക്ക് എന്ത് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ടുണ്ട്, വീട്ടിൽ പോകാനായിട്ടുണ്ട് എന്ന് ആര് പറഞ്ഞു? Pegasus പറയാ. Can we come to? Arun and Ammu asked if they could come to. ഞങ്ങളും കൂടി വരാൻ കഴിയോ? Asked the children. The children asked Pegasus that if they could come to. Of course, climb onto my back. The Pegasus said them to climb on his back, and they scrambled onto Pegasus' back. Scramble means വലിഞ്ഞു കയറുക. Climb. They scrambled onto Pegasus' back and they soared through the air and finally landed on soft, warm grass under a big tree. And finally they landed on soft, warm grass under a big tree. They then flew through a forest, a field, and over a hill to a cottage. A man in a blue robe opened the door and asked them to follow him in. They followed him into a room where they saw a mirror. It looked exactly like the mirror in their attic. Step into the mirror and you will be home, said Pegasus. The children thanked Pegasus and they stepped into the mirror and found themselves back in the attic. So, when the Pegasus took the children into a hill, they reached in a hill, and after they reached at a cottage, and in that cottage the Arun and Ammu saw a man with a blue robe. He opened the door and asked the whereabouts of Arun and Ammu, and the man showed the Arun and Ammu a mirror. The mirror was just like the mirror in their attic, and the Pegasus set Ammu and Arun to step into the mirror and they could reach back at their home in their attic. Like Pegasus ഈ കോട്ടേജിലേക്ക് അവരെ കൊണ്ടുവരുന്ന അവിടെ ബ്ലൂ റോബൊക്കെ ഇട്ടിട്ട് ഒരു കുപ്പായൊക്കെ ഇട്ട് നിൽക്കുന്ന ഒരാളെ കാണുന്നു. അയാൾ എന്ത് കാണിച്ചു കൊടുക്കുകയാണ്? ഒരു മിറർ കാണിച്ചു കൊടുക്കുന്നു. അതിലേക്ക് കയറാൻ പറയാണ് ആരോട്? അമ്മുവിനോടും അരുണിനോടും. They do what they said. അവർ അതുപോലെ ചെയ്തു and they reached back again at the attic. എവിടെ നിന്നാണോ അവർ പോയത് അവിടെ തന്നെ അവർ എന്ത് ചെയ്യാണ്? തിരിച്ചെത്തുന്ന ഒരു കാഴ്ചയാണ് നമ്മളവിടെ കാണുന്നത്. It was still raining. Arun looked at Ammu and said, that was the most exciting adventure we have ever had. Yes, really, Ammu said. They heard their mother calling them. They got down from the attic and walked into the kitchen just in time for dinner. They told their mother about their adventure, but she did not believe it. When they went to bed, they dreamed of going through the mirror and having more exciting adventures. So, Arun and Ammu again returned back at their attic and they described everything to their mother. But mother did not believe the story that said by Arun and Ammu, and in the night they were dreaming about more adventures. That is what the story, the magic mirror. So, I hope you have understood the story, the magic mirror. Please pause the video and read the story once. Completely read the story once, and if any question you can ask me in our WhatsApp group. On page number 18, you can see two activities, right? Okay, let's do the activity. Let's do the activity 1 on page number 18, and activity 2 is your homework. Okay. Arun and Ammu stepped into the magic mirror. Can you identify the places and things they saw? Write the names of places, beings, and things in the boxes given below in proper order and complete the flowchart. So there you can see a flowchart, and we have to fill the empty boxes correctly, and there is another box below the options filled with the boxes. Okay, so the first one is attic, and two boxes are given empty, then field, then again one box is empty, cottage, then attic. So please pause the video and try to answer the question. Okay, here is your answer. The first one is attic, second box mirror, third box forest, again field, Pegasus, cottage, mirror, attic. I hope you have corrected your answer, haven't you? Have you corrected it? Okay, my dear students, and there you can see another activity too. Here are the events of the story, The Magic Mirror. They are given in jumbled order. Arrange them in proper order and narrate the story, and you can see some events in the story are given in jumbled order, and you have to correct the order and narrate the story again. So it's your homework, and please do the homework as soon as possible and send me personally. Okay, my dear students, I am going to wind up here. So we have completed this story, The Magic Mirror, and I will be come back with another story, another lesson. Till then, bye.